confidently say that it's the best show ever made. I mean, I don't say that lightly, but it is the best show ever made. So anyway, here's my little screen grab here. And so save all the QCock, the questions, comments, or concerns for after the review. Folks in the chat, I'll get to some questions after this. Well, let's talk about Better Call Saul. So the final episode. Holy Macintosh. I mean, it's an episode. I don't know what to say. So I didn't know what to expect. I went into this. My only thing going into the last season here was that I hope Kim Wexler survives. That was my only prediction that I really cared about. And it appears that I am satisfied with that. I had no idea after last week's episode, Gene getting exposed, Gene, aka Saul, aka Jimmy, getting exposed. I had no idea how it was going to go. Would he be on the run? Right? One of the adverts, was him calling the Hoover guy, who unfortunately died, so he couldn't be in the show itself, unfortunately. But, did he get another identity? Is he going to meet up with Kim somehow? Is what's going on? Right? But I love that they play it so well, because he's hiding in the dumpster, he's got the phone, he's got the cash, he's memorizing the line to say on the phone, he's about to get out, and then the cops just bang on the dumpster and they see him, and then it's over. And I don't know, man, now keep in mind, I did a lot of shrooms. I did many inches of many shrooms. Watching this, I've been trying to do that every single week, because it just, you only get to see these episodes the first time once, right? So you got to enjoy it. But when he was in the dumpster, that scene felt like it was so long and it was so anxiety inducing, right? And then he drops the money in the dumpster, and it's and then the symbolism of him getting picked up in the dumpster, that was his last mark. Fuck me, it was so good. I thought it was possible that they got him, but they got him in the first 15 minutes or 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And the most of this show, of the finale, was after getting arrested, right? And that's what I didn't expect that. But I thought it was really good. When he did the whole thing where he got the government to give him 7 years, and he actually had that deal, right? Because he just knows the law so well or whatever. That scene where he's crying to fucking Hank's wife, not to be confused with Peggy Hill, right? And then immediately just is yeah, well, someone on the jury might buy it. And then they're all oh, they know he's scamming them, right? It's great. It was a great moment. Just every single scene. I love how they kept it in black and white. It was so good. The whole show was basically black and white, except for the flashback scenes, and except for the cigarette at the end when Kim and Jimmy are smoking. That was great. But then you have the flashback scenes, the one with Walter, where they're talking about the time machine. I love the time machine thing. Unexpectedly, Chuck comes back for a flashback. My God, it was just so good. The whole show was great. The walking through the desert with Mike, it's just all really good. It's just such a good show, man. I really there's no words. I mean, I can sit here and talk about every scene and go whoa, did you see that? You know what I mean? But no, for real. Did you see that shit? I mean, it's such a good show. And so then, obviously in the previous episode, Kim does a big confession, right? And so when Jimmy learns about this, he decides, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to confess to the whole thing. And then you have that scene where he's in the courtroom and he's Walter White would have died without me. Walter White would have been arrested without me. I'm the mastermind behind Breaking Bad. It's all me. And it's Walter's dead, right? So he's not going to be able to respond, right? And so just him taking that credit for it, at the end, he had that 7-year deal. He could have been out and could have lived 40 years outside, but he was fuck it, I'm going to confess. And it was great. And I loved it. I thought it was wonderful, and it was anxiety inducing, but also really good. And then the scene where he's on the prison bus and everyone recognizes him. Oh, it's so good. I mean, it's such a good show. I mean, the thing about this episode is this is an episode, this is like absolutely like an episode where it's like every moment of this episode, the writers are up their own asshole and they're smelling their farts. And you know what? I'm here for it because the show is so good. Right, like this episode is just like a greatest hits compilation, right? You got like a fucking flashback to the desert scene with the pee bottle. You got a flashback with Walter White, you know, so that's great. You got a flashback to the brother Chuck, and then you got like Kim and Jimmy, like, you know, smoking again at the end, and just like it's a great ep. I don't know what to tell you. Such a good ep, man. I don't know, like I know everyone in the chat's talking about vibrators right now, but you know, you should be talking about how good Better Call Saul is. I mean, wow. 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 It's just such a good show. Like, again, I don't know how to, I really don't know how to explain how good of a show this is. But it's just so good. I can't, like, again, this is like, it's like the Mona Lisa or the Starry Night of cinema. You know, I need, like, that's my, like, you know, everyone knows the Mona Lisa. Everyone's seen the Mona Lisa. Maybe not in person, right? But, you know, most people, if not everyone, knows about Starry Night. But, like, in order to be a human being, in my opinion, in order to be a civilized member of any society, in the year 2022 or forward, you need to watch Better Call Saul. Breaking Bad also, probably, but Better Call Saul is far superior in my opinion. Like, you are not a complete, like imagine, like, I can't, like, you know, it's like when I go out there and say, oh, I'm seeing Ghostbusters for the first time, like, what? Like, you know, but I'm a stupid motherfucker, right? Like, you are not a complete person. You are not allowed to interact with other people in a civilized society realm without having seen the show. I mean, it really is, it's impossible to not like this show. Anyone that says that this show is bad, I mean, like, let's be real. We got to be honest with ourselves and each other.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
You got to watch this show. Yeah, I love when Saul is, like, in the clip where Saul's working in the fucking, like, the prison kitchen and he's making the Cinnabon, you know, stuff. Like, it looks like he's making Cinnabons. And then, like, everyone's just super cool with him, and they're all, like, you know, doing the fucking fist bumps and, like, oh, hey, ooh, ah. It's just great. It's just so good. I mean, it's so good. And then the title of the episode, Saul Gone. Oh. I mean, I'm in. I'm all in. It's such a good fucking show. Such a good fucking show. I can't recommend this enough. I really just cannot. Like, if someone asked me if you were to recommend one TV show, this is the show. This is the best show ever made. And I'm not even joking. Like, the fact that I am watching it end, and I know I'm going to watch this show like 40 more times before I die, that to me is incredible. Like, this is a show that's endlessly entertaining. It's just perfect. I don't know what else to say. It's perfect. So, and again, Breaking Bad, when Breaking Bad ends, that's a 10 out of 10. But Breaking Bad has been retroactively made a 9 out of 10 because this show is so good. It's a 10, it's perfect, and it's better than Breaking Bad, so therefore Breaking Bad has to go from a 10 to a 9. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just such a good, just, whew, getting goosebumps. Oh! Anyway, that's Better Call Saul, folks. It's over. Damn. What